Onye nwanyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise ise ise.
It was reported that you had said no elections in Anambra State. Do you think that can be possible without bloodshed?
How can you be bloodshedding when you're in your house sitting down and enjoying Ofensala on the 18th of November 2017? How is that bloodshed?
When you say new elections, referendum, how do you intend to make this happen? Are you going to declare that Biafran sit at home on election day?
Yes. Yes. There will be no movement. No cats, no dogs outside, no chicken, nothing. Complete silence.
If election is not allowed to hold within that window, it then means that a state of emergency which we want averted, which Malami SN, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, hinted that will now come into force. Because a governor is not supposed to be in office a day more longer than is constitutional provided for.
A lot of uncertainty hangs over the November 6th governorship election in Anambra State, as the insecurity in the southeast, particularly Anambra State, casts a shadow of doubt as to whether the election would hold or not. The security situation in the state has worsened in the last 1 month, with no less than 30 persons being killed and official and private buildings, including vehicles, being set ablaze. This uncertainty is as a result of the 12-day ultimatum handed over to the federal government by the indigenous people of Biafra on October 24, 2021, for the unconditional release of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of which, if flouted, the November 6th governorship election in Anambra State will not hold. IPOB also declared a 1-week sit-at-home protest from November 5th till November 10th, 2021 in the whole of Southeast, over the government's failure to release Kanu. This action means there will most likely not be an election in Anambra State, as residents have been warned against flouting the impending sit-at-home directive, stressing that doing so amounts to testing the resolve of the people on the Biafran project. With the order given by IPOB, many wonder what the fate of Anambarians would be if an election is not held in the state. A political analyst, Jido Ojo, spoke with Roots TV on the need for an election to be conducted in the state. He said,
even if they don't allow an election to hold, would they make would they just make Nnamdi Kanu to come and be the governor of Anambra? No. They need to think, they need to be smarter than that. You need to allow the process, don't truncate it. Look at what has happened in Sudan. The civil populace were agitating for power sharing with the military, power sharing, since they ousted Omar al-Bashir. But what happened on Monday? Another counter coup has now happened. And this coup now is now sympathetic. The coupists are sympathetic, allegedly sympathetic to Omar al-Bashir. So sometimes don't push your luck too far. Because if they don't allow election to hold, election is constitutionally mandated. Section 178, Section 178 subsection 2 says election into the office of a governor must be held not earlier than 150 days and not later than 30 days to the expiration of the tenure of the last holder of office. What does that mean? If you count the day of swearing in of the new governor, you count it backward, 30 days. That is the maximum you can go. You don't yield the floor to non-state actors because they will be insatiable. Once they get the election postponed, in 2023, they will say no election in Southeast. In 2027, they will say there will be no election in Nigeria. And that would be bad for a sovereign state.
Meanwhile, IPOB in a statement said they neither made any official statement nor called for the boycott of the Anambra election, adding that the order for total lockdown in the southeast has nothing to do with the Anambra election, but with the federal government's failure to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from detention. The group said shutting down the area for just 1 week to secure Kanu's permanent freedom is not such a high price to pay, since we have been enslaved and caged enough by the Fulani-controlled federal government of Nigeria and its allies. With the threats by IPOB and the violence happening in the state, political parties participating in the election were not able to campaign properly. The only party that officially flagged off its campaign is the All Progressives Grand Alliance, which did so successfully at Dr. Alex Ekweme Square in Awka, the state capital. The other two major parties, the People's Democratic Party and the ruling All Progressives Congress, had to suspend their campaigns because of threats from unknown gunmen. However, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, has continuously assured voters in the state that nothing would derail the process, adding that the lives of voters will be protected.
INEC is determined to proceed with the Anambra state governorship election as scheduled. The safety and protection of voters, our personnel, accredited observers, the media and materials are cardinal considerations in any election. We have been assured by the security agencies of a secure environment for the election.
Also, the National Security Advisor, Babagana Munguno, has advised the citizens of Anambra State who are planning on disrupting the elections process not to, saying that any rogue element that decides to behave in such a manner will be brought to justice in accordance with the rules of those institutions.
In the same vein, I want to offer a word of brotherly advice to our brothers and sisters in Anambra State who may want to use methods that are unorthodox and that are unusual to destabilize an already delicate situation. To please think again. Law enforcement agencies, in as much as they've been asked to operate in accordance with the requirements of their profession, will not sit by idly and allow people to start looting, destroying public property, and resorting to not just intimidation, terrorizing people, possibly arson and even homicide. This will not be accepted.
Recall that in 2017, a week to the governorship election in Anambra State, IPOB threatened voters with death if they voted. They vowed to disrupt the election process.
How can you be bloodshedding when you're in your house sitting down and enjoying Ofensala on the 18th of November 2017? How is that bloodshed? Yes. Yes. There were no movement. No cats, no dogs outside, no chicken, nothing.
The members were seen marching around some streets in Onitsha, Anambra State, vowing a lockdown on the day of the election, which was scheduled to hold on Saturday, November 18, 2017. They said, if you vote, you will die. Don't go out. Stay in your house. If you vote on November 18th, you will die. We are not running around for the zoo. There will be no election. We will not participate. We will not vote. Nothing concerns us with any election. We are formidable. We are in Onitsha to tell the federal government to produce Kanu. They should release all the Biafrans in Nigerian prisons. As a result of the death threat, there was a low turnout of voters, as less than a quarter of the total number of registered voters participated in the election. According to INEC, a total of 2,064,134 residents registered as eligible voters, but only 457,511, which is about 22.16%, actually came out on the election day. Also, in 2019, Nnamdi Kanu gave the same directive during the presidential election. He said if the federal government does not agree to conduct referendum for Biafra, there will not be any form of election in the southeast during the 2019 general elections. He said, In 2019, the whole of Biafra land will not vote for any president. There will be no senator, there will be no House of Reps, there will be no House of Assembly, and there will be no councillorship elections in Biafra land if they fail to call for a referendum. However, after some days, he asked members of the separatist group to participate in Nigeria's general elections. Despite the IPOB leader urging people to vote, there was low voter turnouts in the states of the southeast, which are Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo, Anambra, and Abia states. The turnouts for Abia State for the presidential election in 2019 was 19.2%, for Anambra 26.2%, Ebonyi 27.2%, Enugu 23.3%, and Imo State 26.6%. Like the states of the South-South, the voter turnouts declined between 2011 to 2019, with Abia and Imo being the sharpest decline in the period. For the decline in the turnout of voters, many opined that it might be as a result of the declaration made by the IPOB leader.
I want to fight more, and there is no going back.
Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi bu onye du IPOB. O Mary woni nizu ngiro ya abakare. Mamanda ora, Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unaboli Mary Nandi.